Staff Member of the Year award, with this award, we pay tribute to an individual who has excelled in their performance as an employee of a public or private nonprofit agency providing services to those in need. Here to introduce this year's winner is Ann Schiller, the Director of Program Operations at Catholic Charities. And this year's winner is Scott Cooksley, who you will hear more about in just a moment. Ann?
Good morning. I was joking with my table mates that I much prefer public service to public speaking, but I will try to do my best. We're here to honor Scott Cooksley. And Scott Cooksley is the director of our St. Vincent's Food Pantry at Catholic Charities St. Vincent's programs. And I thought about reading from the beautifully crafted nomination letter that Auburn Harrison wrote for Scott that highlights all of his accomplishments and his achievements in the last 4 years of his employment with us. You know, he has done some amazing things. In the last 4 years, he's moved our food services program at the food pantry from 1 million pounds of food given out per year to over 3 million pounds of food in 2013. And that is amazing. But what I want you all most to know about Scott is his dedication to our agency, and his dedication to serving those that are in need in our community. Our tagline is, "No one does more to ease the pain of poverty." But for our agency, with 70 employees, no one does more in our agency to ease the pain of poverty for our clients that we serve. And just to give you an example of his dedication, we recently had an event, it's called Feeding Families. And Scott came to me and he said, "I want to serve 2,000 families and individuals in one day with a meal of food, a holiday meal, which includes a turkey, a ham, and all the fixings." And I thought to myself, 2,000 families and individuals. I thought that was just cray, as my daughters would say. But, you know, Scott knows what he can do, and to give you an idea of his dedication, he came to our facility at midnight, the night before the event. On his own, he spent hours endlessly moving pallets of food with a pallet jack and a forklift to get ready for this event. We're located on 4th Street. It's not obviously the best neighborhood, so it's not like we can set up this event the day before and leave these items out on 4th Street, because we do this in our parking lot. So Scott spent all of this time on his own getting ready for this event. And we were able to serve 2,000 people in one day. So I would like to acknowledge Scott. We are very, very proud of him and the dedication that he has given to the clients that we serve and to our agency. And that dedication stems from an individual experience that he had 4 years ago. Before he came to us, he had encountered hardships of his own. He was unemployed, he had lost his job, he was homeless, and he decided to give back and volunteer for our food pantry. And he began with our agency as a volunteer. And he moved to full-time volunteerism, and then he became a full-time staff member, and then eventually the director of the food pantry. So he is able to provide this dedication because he has this drive, this inner drive to serve those less fortunate in our community, because he knows exactly what it's like to be in that situation. And I can't say enough about how wonderful Scott is, and we'd like to honor him today, so thank you.
Well, she's not the only one that doesn't like the public speaking. First off, thank to everybody here with your different agencies and groups and individual things that you do in this community. Human Services Network for bestowing this honor on me. This really isn't about me. This is about what we do at Catholic Charities and St. Vincent's programs. This is about our volunteers that are there every day of the week, making sure that we have services to give that are taking care of the people in the community. And a lot of those volunteers are no different than the experiences that I've had. Have seen tough times, and they want to give back to do what they can to help out. So I think all of us should be very thankful for the people that we have in our community, for the time they wish to give to help others. Eric mentioned that before about helping somebody else, and we're very, very blessed and very fortunate to have a great volunteer staff. I wouldn't be standing here or able to do the nice things that Ann was saying in our food pantry. We did serve 3 million pounds of food. To put that in perspective, that's 2.5 million meals we were able to give out in the community for people that just didn't have meals. We have done a lot of things like that. Last year, we were fortunate enough to get a grant from the state of Nevada. This is something that's really close to my heart. As we identified a need to give better services, not just food services, but other services out into the community. And so we formed a partnership or collaboration with various food pantries out in Washington County. And we kind of did it like a little demonstration project. And it was very successful. And so successful that State of Nevada decided to do another grant this year. And we applied for it. We're very fortunate to be one of the agencies that received money for it. And currently we're doing what's called a one-stop shop model. So we use food to give people, to help people initially. And from my own experience, that's the toughest thing to get somebody to ask for help, is just to get them in the door. And so, we use the food part of it to get people in. And we're able to take it one more step, and with the different services that we provide at Catholic Charities, and also some of our partner agencies that we're with, are able to give them some additional help. And so now, as I like to say, we've taken it on the road, and you might see our trucks and our van in different parts of the county, and we're halfway through the first year of the 2-year grant. I'm proud to say that in the last 3 months, we were able to supply an additional 140,000 meals into those neighborhoods that really needed it, and to give them some other help like SNAP, talk about housing, filling out just basic paperwork. People just don't understand that. So like I said, that's something that I've really been striving for. We have a wonderful executive director, Peter Vogel, who has been a mentor for me and has really helped guide me. 10 years ago, if somebody would have asked me if I would be interested in this kind of job or this kind of life, I probably would have scoffed at it. I had a pretty good job that I had, made a lot of money, and would have said, well, what do you mean people need to eat? You mean people can't eat? They don't have food. They can't get to places to get food. Because of my own experiences, it's been eye-opening, but I wouldn't have traded it for anything in the world. We see so many people, and when they come in my food pantry, and I do mean my food pantry, they come into my food pantry, and they come in with nothing. They come in with no hope. They're confused. They're scared. They're apprehensive. And they leave not just with food, but a little bit of hope. They've been treated with respect, and from our volunteers. And that's the start. Because we don't want them to, I don't want any of those people, any person, any family, any child to get to where I was. Not saying that my situation was any different or any worse than anybody else's, but because every situation is unique to that individual or family. But I don't want anybody to experience that. And that is, like I said, this is a second career, and will be my second career. There will be no other thing for me to do. I get total enjoyment out of this, working with others, working with other agencies. And on behalf of my volunteers and the clients we serve in Catholic Charities and St. Vincent's programs, I just want to thank you for the support.
It's very gratifying, but it's more of a reflection on the people I work with, my staff, and definitely the volunteers that we have, and not just in our agency, but in the community, and the efforts that they put forth. So I look at it more as, I'm accepting this award, it's in my name, but it's really in their honor.